you know that maritime safety is all about protection of crew and passengers aboard a vessel, as well as those who live in and around bodies of water and work there? This is what Nimasa does. Protection of crew, passengers, and those living near bodies of water from injury and fatality. Welcome to Nimasa this week. Did you have a great Easter period? Well, I enjoyed myself, and I thought it would be nice to remind you that this is the time of giving. My name is Eugenia Abu. Welcome to Nimasa this week.
Any vessel operating coastal voyage in Nigeria must mandatorily have on board the following: vessel logbook, vessel port of call, vessel particulars, which include registry certificates, safety equipment certificates such as safe manning certificates, builder's certificates, load line certificates, tonnage certificates, radio certificate, insurance certificates, classification certificates, passenger ship safety certificates, service certificates, cargo ship certificates, and waiver certificates or receipts. Vessel owners, captains, shipping agents, and members of the public are advised to note and comply.
Because we at Nimasa this week care about you, we constantly bring you updates in the maritime industry. Up ahead, maritime facts and maritime nuggets. Stay with us.
The Director General of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa, Dr. Dayo Mubiriola, played host to the Spanish ambassador to Nigeria, His Excellency Juan Cel, at the agency's headquarters located at Victoria Island, Lagos. During the visit, the DG expressed appreciation to the Spanish team for their support for the operations of the agency, geared towards the realization of a safe and secured maritime domain in Nigeria and by extension, the Gulf of Guinea. He assured the team that Nimasa is ready to collaborate with Spain, while also willing to utilize the available window through the collaboration to boost security on the Nigerian waterways.
We appreciate your coming in here. It signifies the importance that you have attached to the relationship that over time has been going on between the agency and the Spanish government. Your coming here today is not by accident. Is to further elaborate that you are willing to collaborate more with us, and we of course are ready to partner with Spain and with your good self, have you help us not only Nigerian territorial water alone, which you have mentioned, but the Gulf of Guinea that is actually looking to Nigeria for security of our waterways.
Mubiriola assured that the agency is trying hard and results are being achieved, but there is still more to do. Our territorial waters are free from piracy, which will enhance increased shipping trade and attract more investors.
We are proud to say that within our territorial water, in the last 3 years, there hasn't been any piracy. We have a very good record on that, and results have been achieved. But again, there's always more, and as you know, security is for you to be over prepared. So we want to be very, very prepared and ensure that our waterways are free, our territorial water is free, the neighboring territorial water is free, and so that would allow for increase in shipping trades and reduction in cost of freight as well as insurance. So very important. So it's all of those things encompassing that we as an agency are actually targeting.
Speaking on the creation of the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, the DG stated that Nimasa is determined to tackle issues of illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing in the country. This will help increase revenue generation and job creation through exportation of fish produce. He emphasized that the agency needs the support of the Spanish government.
Of the federal government creating Marine and Blue Economy Ministry, the purpose is to harness the sector, and that actually sits on our purview, because where there's no security, there's no way you can harness potentials. So we would need all the support to ensure that within our space, maritime space, there is peace, there is comfort, there is security. So we would be working with you. And thank you for showing your hands of friendship and collaboration. We as a team, we have a vision to make our territorial water peaceful, secured for every possible trade that can happen.
Earlier in his remarks, the Spanish ambassador, His Excellency Juan Cel, congratulated the DG CEO for his appointment by the federal government. He disclosed that his visit was to foster a more robust relationship with Nimasa and assured of his willingness to collaborate with the agency. He stated that the purpose of their visit was to inspect the Aresa patrol boats and to foster the maritime relationship between Spain and Nigeria. He said the creation of the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy by the Nigerian government is a reflection of its commitment to harnessing its God-given natural resources.
The last 2 of 7 patrol boats acquired by Nimasa from Spanish company Aresa. We are very, very happy that that's the case. We thank you for trusting in the company, and we very much hope that that relation continues to grow in the future. We've seen also a very strong message with the creation of the new Ministry for the Blue and Maritime Economy. That is a very clear signal of what Nigeria expects from the sea in terms of contribution to the economic growth of the country, to the security of this country. And in all those activities, we know that Nimasa has a very relevant role to play. That is why we are here not only to commission the boats, which is a very important ceremony, but also to offer the DG the collaboration of sister agencies in Spain to what as I called at the beginning, is a common endeavor.
On his part, Aresa Shipyard Regional Head Mr. James Olajide emphasized the importance of Nimasa in our waterways. He bemoaned the spate of illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing activities on the Nigerian waters. He said there is the need to harness the resources in our waters in order to boost the country's foreign exchange. While commending the federal government for establishing the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, he emphasized the need for the presence of Nimasa to be felt on Nigeria's territorial waters, as this will help discourage all forms of illegalities.
The seriousness in Nigeria is to create the blue economy. We know the potential, we know what is, and we know what is happening at sea. So there is still a big room, a big space, a big opportunity, both for Nimasa and Aresa and the Spanish government, because we have a lot, most of our valuable assets are at sea, apart from the crude oil, the looting of our ocean, the illegal fishing, the illegal vessels that pass. Now, big vessels are coming from almost about 7 countries to load. Nimasa need to be present there. The other one is the illegal fishing and the vessels that transit on our coast. They will not come here because we are on land. Nimasa need to be present at sea to see themselves and have the platform and the technical know-how.
I want to thank in advance to the ambassador because he has promised that Spain will continue to give more support to ensure that our maritime domain is secure and safe for operation. So thank you very much. The RSI group, I need to thank him too, because they have been there always every time. Before you know it, you see him around, try to give us some technical support. Thank you for what you have been doing. So TG, thank you very much, sir. To my colleagues, I appreciate you, and we still expect more.
You're watching Nimasa This Week, the flagship program that comes to you every week from the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency. Stay with us.
Article 91 of UNCLOS 111, 1982 requires every state to issue ships which it has granted the rights to fly its flag, a document to that effect, known as the Certificate of Registry. The Nigerian Ship Registration Office is empowered to register ships in accordance with the following acts: the Merchant Shipping Act, Nimasa Act 2007, and the Coastal and Inland Shipping Act, known as the Cabotage Act. In line with this, the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa, being the flag state administration of Nigeria, currently operates a closed registry with a volume of over 4,300 registered Nigerian flagged vessels in its record. As compared to the open registry, the closed registry is the type that is domiciled in the flag state, whereby intending ship owners can only register in the country the registry is domiciled. The closed registry portends the opportunity to create job opportunities for the citizens, unlike the open registry.
Basically, there are two types of registries. We have the open registry and we have the closed registry. So what Nigeria operates, what we have, the Nigerian shipment, what we operate is a closed registry. And the closed registry, that entails, by virtue of Nigerian law, we have it in the Merchant Shipping Act, sections 18 of the Merchant Shipping Act stipulates that it is only persons, citizens of Nigeria, that can own a vessel. Secondly, we have companies, body corporates, that have their principal place of business in Nigeria. And the third category of persons are those ones that the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy gives permission for them to operate. So by virtue of this Nigerian law, that's what makes the type of registry we have a closed registry. Because closed registry are normally restricted by virtue of the law. And we also have the open registries, which is like which is operated in the Marshall Islands. We have Panama. Those ones are, you don't have, the citizens don't have to be, the owners, they don't have to be citizens of that country. You can be resident elsewhere and own a vessel there. So those ones are the open registries. But like the one Nigeria operates, which is close, that's how it's been operated in United States of America, United Kingdom, and France. So the Nigerian, the type of registry we operate here in Nigeria is just like USA flag, French flag, and the UK flag.
In making the Nigerian ship registry attractive to investors, the agency is working assiduously to fully automate its registry, such that At the click of a button, documentations can be done easily. In addition, the agency is working to ensure tariffs are competitive enough to attract investors. The agency is currently considering hybrid registry so that foreigners can apply from anywhere in the world to participate in the shipping business with Nigerian flagged vessels.
That is by providing quick services to the stakeholders. That's the first aspect. Then, of course, by ensuring that the fees at which we register vessels are very competitive. Third aspect again that we can look at is by also providing incentives to the stakeholders, whereby when the more vessels you register, maybe they will have the fees will be more reduced. So that will be like in view of the aspect of the fees will now be, there'll be like sort of discounts when you have more vessels. So that will encourage, because as it is now globally, our registration fees are very, very considerable as compared to other climes. Our registration fees are very considerable.
Offshore waste reception facility is provided to ships for various categories of waste generated on board during normal operations of vessels to prevent pollution of deep seas, coastal waters and harbors, and to enable ships to comply with the International Maritime Organization regulations, MARPOL 7378 as amended. In compliance to these regulations by the IMO, the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa, has engaged the services of XPO Marine Services and African Circle Pollution Management Limited through a public-private partnership initiative to handle its waste reception management. Under this arrangement, it is expected to create more than 10,000 direct and indirect jobs while generating income for the federal government of Nigeria. Kabiru Disso is the head public-private partnership unit at Nimasa.
In the context of offshore waste reception facility project, PPP unit has numerous roles and responsibilities specific to be the roles in project project development, stakeholders engagement. When I say project development is conceptualizing of the project, meeting with the end user department where the project comes from. We call them project sponsors. That is Marine Environmental Management Department. We meet with them. We develop the concept of the entire project. We engage the stakeholders who are operating on Nigerian waters. We follow through the legal framework. We engage a transaction advisor and supervise his activities that develop the outline business case, which spelled out clearly the viability of the project, the bankability of the project, affordability and doability.
So the project is based on MARPO, which is the prevention of the maritime environment from vessels that ply the port. So the primary stakeholders of this project is the maritime environment itself. The project is geared to ensure that there's a protection of the maritime environment, the species in there, and other people are there. It is to ensure that the maritime environment is not polluted by the activities that are taking place from all the shipping activities going on there.
Nimasa has sent out a marine notice informing the entire shipping community of the dawn of offshore waste management being driven by the agency. So that has gone out. So that is being implemented. What is the level of compliance? The shipping community, have they started completing the pre-arrival notice, which is required, for us to plan how we pick their waste?
And after that, when it gets the approval of the OBC, it is the PPP unit also that supervises in conjunction with the procurement department to develop the procurement processes, how they can engage the most responsive concessionaire who can handle the projects.
The IMO Convention states clearly that parties to the convention should ensure adequate provision of facilities at ports and terminals to meet the needs of ships using them without causing undue delay. IMO has recognized that provision of reception facilities is crucial for effective MARPOL implementation, and the Marine Environmental Protection Committee has strongly encouraged member states, Nigeria inclusive, particularly those party to MARPOL as port states, to fulfill their treaty obligations in providing adequate reception facilities.
Offshore waste reception facility is as a result of IMO convention called MARPOL 73-78. That is MARPOL convention. It says that all waste generated by vessels or ships on voyage, it describes and regulates how they should be disposed, how they should be handled, right from the movement to where it's supposed to be collected. So this waste generated by ship, for instance, a vessel is coming from China to Nigeria or Lagos. Along the line, there are a lot of waste that should be generated. So when they come with that waste, we don't want them to dump them into our water. So the convention spelled out how all those waste should be handled.
Implementation has started, but we need to raise the level of implementation as the industry gets sensitized more and more.
So while we implement this, all the wastes that are collected are not dumped into the maritime environment, but rather they are collected and treated and disposed of according to international best practices.
It's such a delight to bring you Nimasa this week after week. You're watching Nimasa this week. There's more to come. Stay.
International maritime security and safety cannot be a standalone process. It cannot be a standalone process. It needs a lot of collaboration. And today we are happy that we are collaborating with Spain in order to deploy these vessels, these ARESA vessels, to combat piracies, high sea robberies, and illegal fishing activities. So we are looking forward to more collaborations and even to be able to deploy more vessels in future. We need a situation where we have to cover all the Nigerian nautical miles so that we know that in our waters we are safe, and any trade activities that is taking place freely.
I think this marks one more significant milestone in the cooperation between Nigeria and Spain in the field of maritime security. And I say this in a very convincing way because today also here in Lagos we have one of our Navy ships being part of those coordinated maritime presences in the Gulf of Guinea that a number of European countries do together to support the coastal states in what we know it is the security, maritime security of all of us. This day, of course, then it represents a new step in that collaboration, and of course that is part of a broader relation between Nigeria and Spain. As I like to say, we know that the country has embarked on a process of renewal, and Spain wants to be a relevant partner in that process of renewal.
What are you anchored on this week? I'm anchored on giving. And if you didn't give any during this Easter week, do take time out to visit your neighbor or an orphanage. You have been watching Nimasa this week, and everybody who has put this together send you their love this season. My name is Eugenia Abu. Let's do this again next week.